Our sweet, nonchalant golden boy just got disqualified. He deserved it. And here is how it happened and why it's so great. Okay, so from the bed, let me just say this is top 10, one of the best moments in all of shonen. Think of every single genius that all of these shonen shows portrays. You get your Natsus, your Astas, and your Tanjiros. Genius in a way that in every single field that they take interest in, they dominate, right? All great characters and had some of the most mouth-watering, salivating character moments in anime. But I don't know what's going on with these new gen manga artists and actually giving their characters the actual growth. I am looking at you, Akutami. What you did with Yuji was something great, and you were now solidified in history as one of shonen's best. But Muneyuki, you fucking genius, I never saw this coming. In this video, let's talk about why Nagi's progression and his disqualification is so good. It is so great. I love it. This is why we read manga, boys. Talent. In Blue Lock, you have two types of people. You have people who are able to shit out gold out of thin air, and you have people who are also able to take said gold and mold it into some beautiful jewelry. Examples: Isagi, Keiza, Rin, Nagi. All of them fall into one of those categories. Obviously, Rin and Nagi, pure geniuses. Keiza and Isagi, full out adaptive beasts. That's what they are. But in this video, we are strictly focusing on Nagi. Nagi's touch, his ball control, and his trapping just reminds me of prime Kevin De Bruyne and Neymar. Just amalgamation of those two greats. Time after time, we have seen him do things that should not even be possible, making us fear him when he is near the goalpost. Time after time, we have seen him do things that should not even be possible, making us fear him every single time he is near the goalpost or looking serious whatsoever. And to make everything worse, he has only been playing for less than a year. If that's not millennium talent, then I don't know what is. But here's the thing though. In anime, there's always that character that is good, that is smart, that is a genius, but the writer always writes them as a lazy character. They are the nonchalant ones. They are your Shikamarus. They are always there. But one thing that always irks me about them is that how comes that their lazy personalities are never challenged? But this is Blue Lock, where you need your ego to thrive. And ego and laziness do not match. Naruhaya, the guy they amped up from scene 1 for being Japan's top talent, got axed on the first episode because he didn't have the hunger that Isagi had, or any of them had. And Nagi, a prodigy, was able to outplay people who have been playing since their childhoods, but who has absolutely no drive whatsoever. Sounds familiar? He was able to coast through the entire series until now just of pure talent alone. And the guillotine that was hovering above his neck would get suspended each time he got fired up and put out a stellar performance. But how long would that last? Because every single one of those stellar performances came towards him not because he built up to it, but because people like Isagi were always there and Reo were always there to put him where he shines. They gave him the spotlight. He didn't have the hunger to chase that spotlight. He had the talent, but not the drive to use it. Now, the absolute genius of Muneyuki would never let you down by giving you a prodigy without any depth. Reo is one of the ones that were responsible for getting Nagi into soccer. His hunger was to prove he is great at everything that he does, and wants to prove that it's not because that he gets whatever he wants because his father is a fucking tycoon, but because he worked hard for it. And how do you do that? To win the World Cup with your own strength. That is his ego. That is Ryo Mikage's hunger. And what separates him from Nagi? He has the hunger to do great and the talent to push that hunger forward. But our boy Ryo also had to go through his own ego evolution too. Nagi drops Ryo to join Isagi, bitch move, and Ryo's ego takes a major blow. But slowly, through the U20s and the Neo Egoist League, he got his ego back. Not that even. He thrived in it. His ego thrived. He no longer needed Nagi to be the fire that pushes him forward. He had his own hunger driving him until someone brought that hunger into full swing. Chris gave Ryo the opening his ego needed, and it blossomed. Because in the face of true talent and hunger to win, Chris was able to see that Ryo had what it takes to take over the world by storm. Ryo became aware of this, but didn't allow him to see it. That the goal he has been chasing after, Nagi, the person that dropped him, is now the one that was holding him back. Forcing our chameleon to choose between his dream and his ego. I love that Muneyuki used a character that was kinda going through the same thing as Nagi to drive the point home. Relying on others to bring out the monster in you is not gonna cut it when you have multiple egos dominating the pitch. Bachira saw this during the selection arc. He relied on Rin or Isagi to bring out his best. And we saw this, just like how Nagi needed Ryo or Isagi to bring out his best. But unlike Nagi, Bachira did not have a lazy personality. At the time, it was cool as hell when both Ryo and Isagi, different situations, would tell Nagi, the prodigy, the same thing. Let's go, you prodigy. And he always responded, yes, boss. To show that he has never had any urgency when it comes to any desires he would have in his life. Like a commander and his right-hand man making a last-ditch effort to win the war. When Bachira saw that his skills could only take him so far, he fell into his ego and embraced it right back. In Blue Lock, you either win with your ego or you die with it. Nagi's sole reason for being in Blue Lock, sure, it was Ryo, but was beating Isagi. And although that the goal he scored would make a large number of you, myself included, not in your pants if you were able to do that on a school pitch during recess. But Ego saw that, and he saw what it meant. Unlike Baro, Rain and Bachira, who chose to embrace the hunger and the talent, the shitting gold in thin air, Jinpachi Ego saw and knew that it was a death of a star and it was fizzling out. Nagi saw that Ryo was evolving and surpassing him. And like always, he reaches the same conclusion, that to win, he has to go at it alone. Use his insane arsenal of skills and his talent in conjunction with the fire to become number one to win, his ego. The fire to keep winning with Ryo and reach the World Cup, to reach his peak once more. In storytelling and in life, there are challenges and obstacles in your way whenever you want to make a major life choice, to get higher grades, to get that promotion at work, to let go of that bad habit that you have been putting off. But what did he do? He fumbled, he choked. And the person to make him realize that is not one that turns said gold into jewelry, no. But a fellow genius who also shits out said gold out of thin air. And with that, the lazy and nonchalant personality we loved him for was the thing that was holding him back, was his downfall. And that was the end of Seishiro Nagi. So what did you guys think? Did the way that things end satisfy you? Or did you want more from Nagi? I'll catch you guys on the next one. Please subscribe and like the video if you made it this far. Thank you.